decision to go to college, there are so many thoughts going through your mind. And the thought of paying for your college education, unless you've received a scholarship, grant, or have someone willing to pay for your education, you find yourself looking to financial aid, hoping to create a means to finance your tuition. My goal through this tutorial is to help alleviate some of those fears and to familiarize you with the financial aid process so that it is one less thing that you have to worry about. Through my experience as a teacher and a higher education school administrator, these are the questions that I have come across as the most common problems in completing the financial aid process. What is financial aid? What is FAFSA and how do I complete FAFSA? Who is eligible for financial aid? Do my parents need to be involved in the process? And how does loan repayment work? Do these concerns sound familiar? Great, well, you've come to the right place. Parents, I encourage you to participate in this tutorial as well, because hopefully I can answer some of your questions. Let's get started. Item number 1, what is financial aid? Financial aid is federal funding from the government to help you pay for your education, including expenses related to your education, such as books, transportation, and housing. Item number 2, what is FAFSA? FAFSA is the free application for federal student aid. It's the application each student needs to complete to determine their financial aid eligibility and to receive funds. Item number 3, how do I complete FAFSA? FAFSA can be completed online at www.fasfa.gov. You can either complete financial aid at home, or some schools allow you to complete financial aid with the assistance of a financial aid representative. In order to complete financial aid, you will be required to have a PIN number. This PIN number will be your access code every time you sign up to receive financial aid. In order to sign up for a PIN number, you will need your Social Security number. If it is your first time, it generally takes 24 to 48 hours to receive your PIN number confirmation. Dependent students, which are students who are 24 or younger, require a parent to also receive a PIN number. Now, once you've received your PIN number, you can complete the FAFSA. The FAFSA includes a series of questions and information in order for you to complete the application. It is important that you know that FAFSA will also require any income information from the previous year, and for dependent students, the parent's income information is necessary. Now, as you will notice, I have the FAFSA website page pulled up, and I'm pointing at the Start the New FAFSA button. That's where you start to begin the financial aid process. Item number 4. This income information will help you to determine what your parents' or yourself's EFC is. Now, your EFC is the expected family contribution, okay? Several factors affect your EFC, but it is based off of being able to determine what you and your family can contribute to your education expenses. Your EFC determines what you're eligible to receive. As you can see, I have a sample W-2 tax document. That is going to be necessary for you to have, as well as your parents if you're a dependent student. Item number 5, who is eligible for financial aid? Every individual circumstance may be different, but most people are actually eligible for financial aid. And the basic eligibility requirements are that you are a U.S. citizen or eligible non-citizen, and that you're enrolled in an eligible degree or certificate program. Item number 6, do my parents need to be involved? It's a good idea for your parents to be involved so that both of you can be educated and informed of any federal aid you're receiving. If you're considered a dependent student, It's necessary for your parents or guardian to be involved. Like I stated before, you're a dependent student if you are under the age of 24. If you're under the age of 24 and have a child or you're married, you may be considered independent. In this case, you will not need your parents' income information or need them to apply for a Parent Plus loan. Now, a Parent Plus loan is a loan that covers any additional funds that are not covered in grant and student loans. A credit check is required for Parent Plus loans and parent income information. The good thing about the FAFSA is it allows you to link it to the IRS page. So if you and or your parents have filed taxes, income information can be pulled and linked directly to the website. The advantage to linking your FAFSA to the IRS website is it cuts down on time and provides an accurate estimate of what you will qualify for in student federal aid funds. The website for parents to fill out an application for the PLUS loan is pin.ed.gov. That's pin.ed.gov. On this website, they will need to go to the first item on the left-hand side, reading Apply for a PIN. Next, you will need to enter in your information. Parents will need their social security number, date of birth as well. As you can see, I have gone to the website, the pin.ed.gov website, and the arrow is pointing at the Apply for a PIN icon. That's where you and your parents will need to go in order to apply for a PIN number, which is necessary, like I stated before, in order for you to apply for financial aid funds. Last but not least, item number 7. How does loan repayment work? It is very important to understand that accepting a student loan is real, just as any other student loan. So it's important to practice responsible borrowing. Although there are several options for repaying your loans, if you were to encounter financial hardship, it is important to know that you will have to pay the loans back. Generally, you're required to start making payments 6 months after you graduate from school, and you have up to 10 years to pay your student loans back. Deferring your loans or putting them in forbearance is also an option. Now that we've answered some basic questions about financial aid, hopefully you're familiar and you feel comfortable with the financial aid process in order to get you started. What I'm going to do now is have you to take a brief, short quiz, just to test the information and to make sure that you've grasped all of the information. So let's go ahead and start. You ready? Let's go. Question number 1, and these are true or false. FAFSA stands for Free Application for Federal Student Aid. True or false? That answer is true. Hope you got it right. Number 2, I am a dependent student if I'm 18 years of age or younger. True or false? That is false. You are a dependent student up until the age of 24. Unless, like I stated before, you have different circumstances such as maybe you've taken care of yourself, you have income information to provide, special circumstance, you have a child or you're married. And your financial aid representative can help you to determine that. However, in most cases, up until the age of 24, you are considered a dependent student. Number 3, www.fasfa.gov is the website I go to in order to complete my financial aid. True or false? That answer is true. www.fasfa.gov is the website that you go to in order to complete your financial aid, as well as enter any other information that they may need. That is where you definitely start to begin the process. Number 4, I will need a PIN number to complete financial aid. True or false? That answer is true. Before you begin the financial aid process, you will have to have a PIN number, and that PIN number helps to identify your particular financial aid report, as well as it matches you to all of your information. It's a 4-letter number. It's one that I highly recommend, that something that you can remember, but also not something that is easily accessible to other people. Okay? Number 5. My parents should never be involved in the financial aid process. True or false? False. Parents should always be involved in the process, especially if you are a dependent student. It's always important to have your parents be involved, or your guardian, or someone who's supporting your financial aid, or someone who's helping to support your college education. It's always important to have them to also be involved, just so that everybody can be familiar and on the same page as it relates to financing your education. Okay? Number 6. My income from last year is one of the determinants of my EFC. True or false? That answer is true. Your income plays a huge part in your EFC, which we talked about. Your EFC is your expected family contribution. And there's also several other determinants that go into that number, but that number determines what you're eligible for as far as grants, scholarships, as well as loans. Okay, number 7. In order to be eligible for financial aid, you have to be a U.S. citizen or eligible non-citizen. True or false? That answer is true. In order to be eligible for financial aid, you do have to be a U.S. citizen or eligible non-citizen. Okay? Last question, number 8. I do not have to pay my loans back. Is that true or false? And that answer is false. You absolutely have to pay your student loans back. You are responsible for any loans that you take out. That's why it's very important for you to practice responsible borrowing. However, there are many repayment options available to you based off of your individual circumstance and situation. Okay? Well, everyone, that is the end of the financial aid process tutorial. And I really hope that you've learned more about the financial aid process and found this tutorial to be helpful. Thank you for your time, and good luck on completing the financial aid process.